Hello and welcome to another episode of the Dork List. My name is Jordan Fay.
Once again, this is Darian Christian, the one you all love.
Are we really going to do this every single freaking episode,
Now going
Darian?
to be it is now going to be a thing.
I hate you.
We're starting a poll.
No.
You're gonna vote
no,
for
that's
this.
not Cookie.
It is Cookie.
No, it's not.
It is Cookie. It needs to
not.
be a thing. This needs to be settled.
You know, while we're having this freaking revel, we have two guests, so
Two very lovely guests.
We're gonna stop arguing about the fact that I'm more lovable and
Oh, shut up!
And let the two guests introduce themselves.
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Schmoop. I'm Sir Schmoop on Twitch, and I stream PC games and PlayStation 2 games.
I don't stream, but my name is Brittany. Hi.
She's very lovely with this really, really awesome cackle that I remembered her for from 2 years ago.
Yeah, but if you get if you start her laughing, she laughs for. There you go.
It's incredibly addictive.
You just got a taste of
very
that.
attractive, and I love it.
Evil laughs are
Stop
always
flirting
fun.
with our guests, dang it.
I will do whatever I want.
Okay. So in this episode, we're kind of just gonna focus on two major things.
Don't worry, people, I won't talk about wrestling this time, so you don't have to turn them off and say, oh my god, Darian's talking about his crap again. Let's turn this stuff off, wait until Jordan starts talking, and fall in love with Jordan all over again.
I'm just glad I didn't have to say any of that. So I mean, thank you for. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You're the one that said it. How am I ruining your self-esteem?
You verified it. You're supposed to go into bro mode and start complimenting me endlessly.
No,
do that.
because we are bros, I relentlessly discredit you. But anyway,
People hear what I have to go through on a weekly, bi-weekly basis.
every other weekly. Anyway,
That would be bi-weekly, wouldn't it?
it is, no,
bi-weekly.
Yeah.
it would be.
that's
Yeah.
fine.
Jordan, okay, for people,
Because-
little backstory, people, Jordan called this podcast bi-monthly when he actually meant bi-weekly. I'm still not done giving him crap about it.
Well,
Every other week
For
every 2 weeks.
for the
every other
record,
week.
like you just came back to bringing me crap about it.
I've been giving you crap every time you show up to my house talking about it.
No,
I just never made it a
no,
thing
you
about it.
haven't.
Yes, I have. Now, fine. I'm gonna give just
being
for that now,
silent about it
Just
is
for that,
not
I'm
giving me
gonna
crap.
now give you crap for the next 2 weeks.
Well, that's not Cookie.
It is Cookie.
Well, you know what? Just for that, then I'm gonna brag about my trip to Universal and Disney.
Can I
You
brag
brought
about
it-
going to BlizzCon for 4 years in a row, soon to be 5? Can I do that too?
Yeah, you might as
Screw
well.
you.
I don't have
I
much
can't-
to brag about.
I'm on YouTube for at least 3 years of it, so you can actually look up. I was in the dance contest, and I also was in Q&As that are on YouTube right now. So
I only have one video on YouTube. It's got over 1,000 views now. I'm proud of myself for that.
That's more than any of these podcasts have had like put together.
It's
to be
sad.
fair. But
And that in mind is Digimon try a reaction video, and I go on for 28 minutes, and I'm still surprised that
that's
people
true.
liked it.
It was 28 minutes of Darian
After,
talking
like,
about
in the
Digimon
first
Try.
5 minutes, I sat there and said, I'm sorry, I won't be long. Went on for 28 minutes.
It was a lie.
It was
Like
a
the
lie, but apparently
Yes,
people liked it
just
because
like
they
the cake.
sat through the whole thing.
wow, nice.
Yeah, I did.
It's like playing Portal.
I deserved like a medal for sitting through that. No, I kid.
I'm
It
sorry,
was-
who's the guy with over 1,000 views? Yeah, shut up.
You know, it's okay. It's okay. I really.
It's
don't
okay.
mind.
You're gonna be a voice actor.
How
and
many
popular,
many
you're gonna forget about-
subscribers do you have?
I have none. I have none.
There we go.
Soon. I haven't started all the new stuff I promised I was gonna do since our last podcast. So, but for
Slacker.
I am a slacker. I'm very unambitious, and it's been a big problem. Besides this podcast, I don't do much.
Being lazy is fun.
No, it's really not. It's really
She
not.
supports me.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've gone 5 minutes now. We still haven't talked
They
about
love
what we're going
it.
to talk
Let's
about.
face it. Let's face it. The fans love the banter more than they love us
Yes,
talking about actual
exactly.
stuff.
That's why everyone loves me on Twitch, is the fact that I don't even talk about the game I'm playing at all. I asked them what they had for dinner tonight. Like, seriously, that's what I do.
Do they actually respond?
Yes,
Yes,
do.
they do. It's fun.
Wow.
Yeah. They actually respond. That's why people like me.
I had a hamburger for dinner tonight. Thank you for asking.
As Darian sits in the corner eating his pizza.
So what do you have for dinner tonight, Darren?
Well, you see, it's this nice French blend pizza that I just made in my microwave. Off my butt.
I had pizza in my car while I waited for you for an hour.
I had popcorn.
That was like the first time like I was on time and you were here.
You know what?
I
We saw
told you.
Ted 2.
I told you I was
I
going
know
to be
you
late.
did.
We saw
Okay.
Ted 2. That was important.
Anyway.
We got to see a
Anyway.
E3 happened.
Anyway. She's stealing my words.
E3
Ah.
happened. What was that, last week?
What about
Yes, but we're not talking about video games first, even though that's gonna be the big
you?
yeah.
We can't because
We're-
video
we're-
games is longer, so we're going to talk about
Yeah,
that later.
that's gonna be our big topic.
Because
But
the list was on
Right.
first. Okay.
no,
I
Got
put
it.
that.
E3. This will be our last week of covering it.
We promise.
This will be the final episode of our 3-episode,
It's the final episode.
but not of the podcast in general.
No, God,
Just
no.
for E3, yeah. But no.
We want to keep doing this.
The thing that we're going to talk about first, since this is very relevant right now, is that the spring anime season is currently ending, and we are about to start the summer anime season.
I think they got that when the nice, cool priest turned into sweat and, the hotness that isn't
How did
themselves.
air turn into sweat on a person's body?
It's that hot. It is that hot outside.
No, how did the air itself transform into sweat?
Let's just not even go into this. You see, science.
Yeah, science.
Science.
Science will prove that you are wrong, sir.
I never said I was smart. I never said I was a scientist. You don't know me. You don't know my story. You don't know where I've been.
I know where you
Well,
live.
apparently wherever you've been, you weren't learning science.
See, but I know where you live. You see, there's that.
We do know where you live.
I have swords.
Watch your children. You don't have
I
children.
also have
I know
a
how to
sword.
fight with the bow staff.
I know how to
I-
fight with I know how to fight dual blade with samurai swords, and I also know hand-to-hand combat.
I know
I
hand-to-hand
Okay.
combat.
I have stiletto heels.
Woo!
I know how to beat somebody with a fight with stiletto heels. It's take it off and then beat you with his head.
Yes,
with it.
that's
stab him with
kinda-
the eye.
Yeah.
So much banter.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
All right, seriously.
But anyway, but seriously though, anime, that happened. That's a thing. It's still an ongoing thing. The spring anime season this year, I actually, I really enjoyed it. I will say that. I was
Oh, yeah.
watching.
It's technically the first season of anime I've actually participated
Really?
in as an ongoing thing.
Oh.
Because as everybody on this podcast knows, I don't watch subs prominently. I don't. But now this year, I started. I'm proud of
Yeah.
myself.
It's because I got you on it.
Thanks a lot.
Yep.
You're
You're welcome.
I watched 8 different animes, every week, keeping up with it. This number apparently pales in comparison, though.
To Stephanie's and Brittany's.
Yeah. So, how many was it again?
I watched 26 episodes every week of ongoing anime. That is not including stuff that was from last season or things that I haven't watched yet that I want to, like Detective Conan. I started Detective
Twenty-
Conan.
Me
I
and
still say that's a
26.
mistake.
Yep.
26.
26 episodes on a weekly basis on their airing date every day. I
Wow.
watched at least 3 episodes every day.
Did you watch any of them raw or no?
No Ross. Unfortunately. Then I would have seen a day early.
Yeah.
But no.
The only series I ever watched raw.
watched
I watched
Kamen Rider.
Inazuma 11.
You
raw.
watched Inazuma 11 raw?
It's soccer.
I-
It's soccer. Yes, there's plot points here and there.
There's massive plot in
Yes.
Inazuma 11.
And, I would watch the subbed episodes, but I would also watch the raw ones because I would
Is
already
this
have...
Inazuma 11 Go or just Inazuma 11?
When I first started watching it, back when it was still Season 3 with the world for the original Inazuma 11,
Which I'm
I would
watching right
watch some of the raws, and then watch the sub-episodes later because I just wanted to watch the soccer.
Because Inazuma 11 it's amazing. I think that we talked about actually doing a cosplay for this.
We did.
And
you were going to be...
I'm gonna be Fubuki Shiro.
And I'm going to be Goenji, and the reason for that
It's
is
because the cosplays are cheap.
That's part of the reason. No, the main
Are we
reason...
getting to money now with cosplays? Are we going to talk about that I spent over $1,000 on one?
You shush. Not everybody here is made of money. No.
It was a Salem from El Noah Zero, so it was actually worth putting $1,000 into it to
Yeah.
make it look that awesome.
Okay. But we're getting away from the main reason
We
why I
keep
even
doing
want to do
this.
this cosplay.
Well, okay, first off, it's kind of the first... Jordan, you've known these people for how long? Last hour?
Yeah,
Not even an hour.
No, but I was gonna say we didn't even get to let me talk about the main reason why I was gonna cosplay Goenji.
Okay, then go.
Which was that
Go.
because his English name is Axel Blaze, which for the record is completely stupid. But
anime is so. The English dub is so full.
Let him finish why he wants to cosplay.
But I mean, what's the name of my cosplay name? Axel Blaze. I mean, voice acting stuff. Axel Blaze Productions. I mean, it's pretty much destiny that I need to cosplay him, since apparently he comes up on Google before I do.
We found this out today when I typed in Axel Blaze Productions.
Nice.
And I want to kind of sue Google saying, no, Jordan should be first.
No.
Jordan should be first.
No.
And then I'm an extension of Jordan, so I'll also be first.
I would also like to cosplay a Steffi from No Game No Life because my name is Steph. So I cannot stop being a Steph even out of cosplay.
Fair enough.
You gotta say Steph, you're just a Steph.
There's not a whole lot of Jordans in anime.
No.
There should be.
I mean, there
awesome this
probably
Jordan
are in like dubs. To be fair,
No, I haven't actually seen a Jordan in that either.
maybe.
No.
Whatever.
There's like no Brittany's, so don't feel bad.
There's a Brittany Karbowski voice actor.
But that's not.
That's a voice actor, not
Still,
a character.
I get what your point, but still,
Okay.
it kind of counts.
But anyway,
Brittany Karbowski is
Anyway.
so you know, I gotta say that my two favorite animes from spring this season, not counting JoJo, because I love JoJo. It's pretty obvious by now for everybody that keeps up with my cosplay stuff. I mean, the fact that I cosplayed Jotaro Kujo at ASEN, and then my secret cosplay for Daisho is
got a
going
girl's
to be...
number because of it. Jerk.
And the secret cosplay that I'm going to have for DaishoCon is going to be another Joe cosplay. I'm very sad that the anime ended, for the record.
Completely, or is it just a new one?
The thing is, they haven't announced if Part 4 is getting an anime adaptation yet. And I really hope that Part 4 does get an anime adaptation, because as soon as the anime ended with Stardust Crusaders, I started reading the manga. I've already finished Part 4. I'm already reading Part 5. Part 4 was incredible, as I like to call it, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, High Schoolers, Friendship, Pompadours, and Serial Killers. Because that is JoJo Part 4 in a nutshell.
Okay,
But my favorite two from this season were Kekai Sensen and Ori Monogatari. And those are like on the completely different sides of the anime spectrum. Completely. But I just love both of them. And the thing is with both of those, they still have like one episode that they need to have before they're done. I don't know if Ori Monogatari is actually ending with the next episode or not. It really wasn't... I don't know if it was mentioned or not. But Kekai Sensen should have ended this week, technically. But we haven't seen, like, a new episode come out for it. Last week we had a new episode after the week before where we had a recap episode. But I want my closure, dang it. They had us on a big cliffhanger.
Yes.
From last week.
God, yes.
yeah. What did you guys think about that?
I'm mad about the cliffhanger.
Not you. You
Like,
talked for like the last minute and a half. Let our guest talk.
I'm actually looking up to see if it's out yet. The episode, to see if it updated.
So that's all the background noise for people who are wondering what the heck's going on.
Nope, not out yet.
Nope.
Dang it. The Kekai Sensen episode, yeah, I was not a fan of the cliffhanger, even though I really love cliffhangers. I'm a big cliffhanger junkie.
What's wrong with you?
No, I love the cliffhangers, okay?
She teases me all the time, like, oh my god, you have to watch this.
I'm watching World Trigger, okay? It's, episode 36 just came out yesterday. And for the last, a good, 16 episodes, all it has been is the cliffhanger after cliffhanger after cliffhanger, to the point that you don't even realize you were watching an episode for 24 minutes, because they cover so much, but not anything in the episodes. They just have so great... Whatever they're doing with World Trigger is phenomenal. For the actual covering per episode is... You don't even realize you've been watching the whole episode. And the fact that the opening is, the halfway point in the episode, that's the commercial break.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very weird.
That's kind of like Bleach chapters. for the manga.
We're not going to go into that.
No.
We're not even going to go into that.
No. But let me explain how you will read, like, 8 pages in, maybe even 10, and then you get the title.
That's
for
how
the
Negima
chapter.
was back when it was going on.
Yeah.
Where they would, like, literally... No, it wasn't even that.
No.
It would go all the way to the end, and then name it.
was.
Witch Hunter. Witch Hunter is a prime example of that. And so is the, it got discontinued, but the Shaman King, flowers. Shaman King flowers. Okay.
The only reason why that even got discontinued is because the magazine that it was being printed in ended.
Yep.
Shaman King Flowers itself was selling beautifully.
I'm so mad about that.
It's probably... Well, did they announce that it's done, or are they just looking for a new publisher?
The thing is, I mean, Shaman King Flowers, that ended a while ago because of the discontinuation of the magazine. There has been no word at all about it being picked up again. But I mean, that being said, even if you think about it, the time between Shaman King and Shaman King Flowers, the one-shot was quite some time. And the time between the one-shot and the actual serialization of a manga was a long time.
It's a long timeline in the actual show.
So I'm really hoping that, you know, Shaman King Flowers will be continued, because, I mean, the way it ended was so bad, because we were spending, what, like 20 chapters waiting for Hannah to get a new guardian ghost, and it never even resolved.
Because Aminomaru is, like, petrified right now, right?
Right, and so, like, Death Zero has been going on
forever.
forever.
I'm actually that, because it'll be interesting to see Hana flourish as his own character rather than have... Oh, by the way, this is his dad's old ghost.
Yeah.
I'd rather have him have his own guardian ghost. Still have a Meteor
While on the other hand, though, you have, what's-his-face, Ren's child, who has...
I don't want to talk about that kid. I don't hate him. I hate the ship. I hate that ship.
I know, Jana and
Jean and freaking Tao, and I just like.
You know what I hate?
How did this happen?
No, you know what I hate?
His name is Men.
You know what I hate more? You know what I hate more than the ship?
Well, go ahead.
The thing I hate more than the ship is what they did to his mother.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil it.
Can we stop it right here?
Yeah, we can stop it.
Yeah.
Because
okay, so my favorite animes from this season, because that's how it all started, probably would be Recon, which is totally unlike me because I hate school life. But Recon
was just why I was so surprised why I really loved Ori Monogatari. It's like, I don't like school life. I don't really like slice of life all that much.
Yeah, I hate
I'm gonna sit you down and make you watch it back, but that's a completely different thing.
But the thing was, I mean, at the same time, the main character Gota what was his last name?
I don't know.
Anyway, Gota.
Look at all the anime knowledge we have in this room.
He's a freaking giant man, giant lips. I mean, he's
Yep.
and like he's like a superhuman, and it's what makes the anime so freaking hilarious is the reactions in every episode.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I will swing it back over to you because I took a tangent.
Gotta stop talking, Jordan.
The whole reason I liked Recon was the fact that it was so... Like, I have a feeling they're doing more of a ghost theme. They did more of a ghost theme with this season, because there are a couple ones that came out. There was the Reni, Koyo, something or other, which was the Shinigami one. And then they did Recon. But I really liked the ending theme for Recon. That was the whole reason. And the fact the Pervy Cat was the best. But I also really liked Kekai Sensen and Denpa Kiyoshi. I could go on and on about how much I love Denpa Kiyoshi, which is the otaku teacher.
I started watching that.
So funny.
It's so funny.
So good.
It's. I just started. I was sitting on Hulu. It was just sitting there. I'm like, wait. And then all of a sudden, somebody sends me a message saying, "Oh, hey, dude, are you watching this?" I'm like, it just came up on my Hulu newsfeed like 2 seconds ago. Dude, it's gonna be dubbed. So I better start watching it subbed.
So the whole reason I really like it was because in episode 1, the main character is in an interview to become a teacher at a high school, and all of a sudden he starts hearing a theme song to one of his favorite animes, and he just gets up, leaves the room in front of the principal, and the principal's like, "Where are you going?" He's like, This is my favorite anime theme. If I don't leave now, I'm gonna miss it because the song's only a minute and a half long, and he bursts out of the interview to go to the roof. Okay.
Freaking love otaku teacher.
Which is like, okay, now I have to watch this because of that whole entire thing. It was so good.
Yeah.
Can I say, speaking of anime theme songs, though, Kekai Sensen, in my opinion, had a great combination of both the opening and ending theme songs, which not every anime has, you know, a great both ending and opening theme song. And Kekai Sensen was fantastic.
Are they both by Bucket of Chicken? Or
No,
is it only the opening?
it was Bump of Chicken, for
the opening?
Hello World,
Yeah.
which was the opening. And then Sugar Sweet and Bitter Step was by Unison Square Garden. That was the ending. And I love Unison Square Garden because, I mean, they've done Tiger and Bunny. Like, that's their jam.
The Tiger and Bunny themes were great.
They were.
For my guilty pleasure of my favorite would be Kaito Joker, Season 2.
Yeah.
That's my guilty pleasure. Kids shows for the win.
Yeah.
I have a cosplay of it.
So good.
But yeah. We both watched Seraph at the End.
Yes. Oh, I know
And-
Sarah.
Yeah, Seraph at the End, or I know Seraph, is just... and this is going to kind of also segue into, like,
good.
my hatred of what spring animes have been doing. Ending stuff on cliffhangers and then leaving it until the fall.
Yep.
This being, for me, Star Wars Rebels premiered a new episode last week. And then said, by the way, you're not getting anything until fall. And then Seraph at the End ended, and I woke up this morning and there was nothing. Nothing. I was depressed for like a good hour this morning.
Be thankful that you have to only wait till the fall, though.
Yep.
Because I have to wait till next year for Assassination Classroom. We don't even know if we're going to get another season of Is It Wrong to Pick Up a Girl in the Dungeon?
If you guys will, probably won't be for a while.
It better.
Because it wouldn't be
Speaking of Assassination Classroom, have you seen the trailer for the live-action movie?
Yes, I have.
Oh, I'm so excited!
It's getting 2 movies, I believe.
Oh, I'm so excited.
But that's definitely awesome. I did get a picture with a Koro Sensei cosplayer at ASIM, so that was happy.
But no, speaking of like opening themes that we've been mentioning, I love the Seraph at the End one because it's full. You don't get to see Asian people do completely dubbed
English?
completely English one, and it was still well done, even though I didn't understand like half the lyrics for
Psychopaths did that.
Yeah, Psychopaths did that.
I know
But that
one
was
of
after
them.
I'd watched the dub.
Right.
Yeah.
It was just like I didn't notice that until after I watched the sub version of it. I was like,
The thing that I didn't like about Why No Seraph is the fact that how many shounens now have had the main character go berserk and transform into
This is a
something.
different- I would like to say,
every
though-
anime
Exactly.
from especially
But still,
from Jump ever.
I like to say about
Yeah.
this Berserk one, it was like, the episode prior to like the one he went Berserk is just nonstop of them getting their butts kicked. So they're already getting.
That's another freaking trope of
I know it's
every...
a trope. I know it's
Yeah.
a trope. I'm aware it's a trope.
That episode, the only thing good about, what was that, episode 11?
that was
Or
episode 11.
episode 10. The only thing good about that episode was the preview for the next one.
Pretty much, but it's like the last like 3 episodes really drilled in how hopeless the human situation is, and that's another thing I really liked is that in comparison, like I've been comparing this with Attack on Titan a lot, but this is a lot better because there's a such thing between, and Stephanie's making gagging reactions over on the other side of thing about Attack on Titan, but the thing I've been saying is that Attack on Titan, the thing I think it does wrong, excessive death. Excessive.
You know,
Where it drills it home to a point, but
if you want to talk about excessive death, let's
not even
talk
gonna
about
stop it.
Terraformers.
We're not going to talk about Terraformers. We're not even going to go there. But the thing I like about Seraph at the End is that there's not excessive death, but it's a very similar situation. And that's what I've kind of been liking more. But it's, out of the last couple episodes, it's been really drilling home the human situation, whereas, of course, in certain post-apocalyptic animes, it doesn't really drill the situation home. And you don't really get that.
I will say, with Attack on Titan, though, for anybody that is up to date with the manga, finally we're gonna move forward with the plot again.
Well, that's good, but you see, my beef on Attack on Titan is the fact that back in 1997, I played a game called Legend of Legaia. It is the exact same plot, the exact same story, even to the point of your village is surrounded by a 10-foot wall.
Yep.
And in the first, 30 minutes, it breaks, and then the whole
I
monster
cannot believe
is
I did not
invade.
make this connection. I actually have the game.
No,
Wow.
Legend of Legaia, PlayStation 1.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
I play RPGs too, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Same exact thing. And that's why I don't like Attack on
Well,
Titan.
I've been making like that same argument with this game called God's Eater Burst,
Yes.
where it's kind of the same thing but modernized, and I'm just like, and that's another anime I'm excited for is God's Eater Burst that is just coming out,
Yep.
and I'm gonna slap
Which
everybody. Who's gonna
that's
be like,
a good segue then, because we can talk about summer anime.
Yep. Good segue.
And that's probably, that's probably the one that's at the top of most people's lists
Yeah.
for summer. And the reason why I say that is, for once this summer, there aren't a whole lot of, anime that I'm looking forward to. Like, I'm gonna look into God Eater. I'm going to check out Dragon Ball Super. I mean, that's obvious.
Ba-la-la.
Yeah, we just fist bumped. Aquarion's coming out again with
Yes!
a new one.
Yes.
Durarara is also getting another season. And speaking of which, both of those are actually getting OVAs this summer. And the Aquarion one is for Evol, I believe.
which I'm ecstatic for, and for people who don't know Aquarion so well, I started watching Aquarion Evol, and I did not watch the first Aquarion. And is somebody's cell phone going off?
No.
No.
I think those are bugs.
Yeah.
Those are cicadas.
Well, not the cicadas. I hear like a voice thing going on.
No.
No. I think you're hearing things.
I think...
I think we're hearing things from outside.
I swear, I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, anime opening
Hopefully
going
you
on?
guys can't hear it from like the recording, but we're like
here's
hearing.
hoping, but no, for Aquarion Evil, I did not watch the first Aquarion, and thank God
I did, and I haven't watched Evol yet.
Evil is amazing because they don't segue often into the first Aquarion. I mean, they do like talk about it. They massively talk about it, but
On their characters from the first one as well.
That and also for Aquarion Evil, it ended so beautifully and so definitively.
Well, so did the original Aquarion.
No, it didn't. And first off, it had. And oh wait, we can't talk about it because that was spoilers.
Yeah.
I stopped myself this time, people. It's not
Right.
that just spoilers again.
Other than that, Hetalia people, I guess you're getting new Hetalia stuff, so yay
Watch
for you.
Watch Tumblr explode.
Other than that, the only other one that I really have my eye on possibly is Gangsta. That's
I'm reading about that.
That one looks good, too.
that one I'm interested in, but like in general, it's just like looking over some of the titles, it's gonna be a very ecchi summer with all the titles
To say the
that
least.
just feature
Yeah.
girls with massive plot.
Bikini Warriors, we're looking at you. Even your own creators mentioned
Prison
there's no
School.
plot.
Prison School.
Monster Musume.
Yup.
Uh,
We're not going to get into Matsu
No,
Matsume.
we're not. We're talking about girls, and
yeah, I
To
know.
Love Ru is coming out with To Love Ru Darkness is coming
Again?
out with another one.
Yeah. So there's gonna be a lot of girls with plot this summer. I may guiltily watch one. I mean, it might happen.
Jordan, stop that. You're in good company. You don't have to say guiltily.
I'm going to say it anyway.
Oh my
It's gonna be one of those things where my cat-like curiosity is gonna kick in, and I'll be like, I'm gonna check out an
I
episode
have
or two.
no shame when I say I watch animes with a lot of plot.
Yeah, I know you do.
I
I
love
watch
them.
anime with a lot of
Yeah,
plot.
I know you do.
Why not?
I watch a lot of plot.
But otherwise, there's not really a whole lot that I'm looking forward to.
I'm just hearing this from the anime fans in the room because I just started. So I'm not like super like into the scene. Well, I'm into the anime scene, but I'm not into like every spring season scene. But for me, it just means that I get to try new stuff during the summer.
and catch up on older stuff too.
Yeah.
Catch up on older stuff.
There are a few movies coming out as well this summer, although that being said, since their movie is coming out in Japan, it's going to take a while for us to actually see them. Like, we're talking
Fan summers,
fall
get on your
or
butts.
later. But, both Attack on Titan, since we talked about it, and Haikyuu are getting recap movies.
I hated the ending of the Haikyuu.
What, the anime?
Yeah.
Oh, well, if you read the manga, it's kind of awesome right now.
I haven't started the manga yet.
Especially, oh my gosh, if you've read this week's chapter of Haikyuu, like, I got giddy when I read it, and I read it twice, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I am like smiling like crazy, because I love Haikyuu.
I haven't had
I love, that is one of the ones I read every week, Shokugeki no Soma, Boku no Hero Academia.
Not Boku no Pico.
Because we have to bring that up every time.
Yep. Why not?
That anime needs to go die in a hole.
Otherwise,
No, it doesn't.
Excuse me?
What needs to die in a hole?
Boku no Pico needs to go die in a hole. And according to the other side of the room, it doesn't.
Nope. Boku no Pico's fine.
I would agree that it doesn't need to die. Just because, I mean, you have only yourself to blame if you are tricked into watching it. And then for other people, it's just one of those guilty pleasures that we're not going to get into. But
Guilty pleasures.
anyway, the other two movies that I'd like to briefly mention as well, the Boruto movie and Day Day Live is getting a movie.
Oh, don't forget Code Geass!
That too.
The fourth one's coming out.
Yes.
Apparently in 4 days and 13 hours and
Especially with all the
42
remasters
minutes.
went in the other movies. I'm really excited to see this new one.
So
yeah.
But one thing about Boruto, I don't know if people heard about the plot twist about Sarada. Massive
if you're reading the
plot twist.
manga, but I mean the thing
But
is,
still,
well, the difference though between the manga and the movie, I think they're not going to cover the contents of the manga in the movie. I think they're going to be separate.
they probably will when it comes to
No.
that type of thing.
No, based on the trailer,
I'm gonna watch all.
it doesn't look like that at all.
That one
Like
sounds
it's
really good.
the movie itself is actually going to focus on Boruto.
Also, FYI, after hearing said plot twist, I'm really, really ticked off about it.
But we don't know if it's true though either.
It is true.
No, we don't, because it was Suigatsu,
Sweet
and the person in question has not been brought up yet.
I know,
It's
I don't know
probably
Naruto.
true when you
We
look at
don't
them.
know-
Naruto?
Yeah,
It's probably
Naruto,
true.
Boruto
We-
is
we-
Naruto's son.
This is me coming from the guy who condemned this series after hearing that epilogue.
No, because the person that is in
You
question
maintain.
has not made an actual appearance
I don't-
yet,
I still
and it was
watching
just
it after.
Suigatsu in
I
a
don't know
room.
if she's alive.
Ew,
She is alive.
mainstream.
She is alive?
Yes,
Boo,
they
mainstream.
said that
Boo.
she's at another place.
Boo.
Get out.
I'm sorry, I like watching really obscure but really awesome series.
Oh, that's me with comic
Well-
books and everything else.
My
But
personal,
it's like,
I like
this
old
is the only
school.
thing. I don't even read this constantly. I just listen for crap just so I can complain about it later. Like Bleach, I'm waiting for that to end so I can fully go on and read it.
my
Because I
personal,
could care
Isn't
less.
it done?
no,
No.
No, not yet.
Oh.
Nope.
my personal preferences when it
Anime,
comes
yes.
to watching anime or reading manga is that if it's got a manga adaptation, I'm going to read that. I may or may not watch the anime, but that'll mostly be because either the manga is not getting translated fast enough, aka Diamond Oasis, or because I just want to watch, specific episodes and like listen to the music for the opening and ending. But otherwise, for anime, I will tend to watch anime of things that don't have a manga adaptation, or ones that do have a manga adaptation but haven't gotten into that manga yet. And then I tend to, if the anime ends before the manga does, then I'll hop into the manga.
See, for me, I like to go old school and watch like things like Kaitekyo, Hitman Reborn, Yu Yu
Yes.
Hakusho,
That
Rurouni
was
Kenshin.
Okay, Katsuyo Hitman Reborn was mainstream for a while until it got dropped.
Yeah,
And now it's not.
Well,
It is now like the underground mainstream.
it's so good though.
Well,
it's
It is great.
totally worth it.
I don't know about that, because the anime, sure, in America, but the thing is, Reborn was one of the more popular Jump titles.
Yeah.
It was a Jump title that
That's
or
something that
that.
people forget that was a jump title.
Well, that's because not everybody, read the manga. But it was a thing that, it came out every week alongside Bleach, One Piece, and
That's
Naruto.
why, people, the countdown is real for J-Stump All-Stars.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm so excited for that.
But
We should segue into video games.
I was just is there anything else that anybody wants to mention quick before we
Well,
get into it?
I wanted to say what I was excited for in the summer.
Okay.
Sim for Gear is getting the 3rd season, which I don't know how it's gonna turn out because the 2nd season ended beautifully. Like it was the most beautiful ending of any series I've ever seen. Like they ended it that perfect. Junjo Romantica, for all the girls out there that like a little Shounen Ai Yaoi action, is getting a 3rd season.
Yay!
Gatchaman Crowds is getting another season. And
I'm excited for that.
And there's the new horror one coming out, Ranpo Kaiten, Game of Laplace, which looks pretty good, but, you know, it could be a really good letdown, like Pupa.
Yeah.
Pupa was a huge letdown, even though the manga was so good. But
Tell us how you really feel.
oh my god!
No, I should probably refrain from saying that because that would probably take forever, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a really long explanation to Pupa that it's just one of those things that you might as well just read it yourself, and then you'll understand the anime beautifully. But if you haven't actually read the manga for Pupa,
It's not gonna make sense.
You're gonna
it's
get
not
lost.
Yeah, you'll get lost so easy. But I'm one of the crazy people in the anime world that watch every single series up to episode 3, and then decide whether or not it's good enough to watch. Because by episode 3, if they haven't gotten into the actual plot and past character introductory, it's kinda... If I don't catch on, I'm never going to by episode 3. So,
KK for me.
that's why last season I watched like 26, because all of them were pretty good. So this year, I'm projecting I'll be watching at least 16 shows.
Minimum.
Minimum, yeah, I'm gonna claim that. I'll be watching at least 16. From the summaries and art styles I have seen so far.
I'm gonna try and get half of that because I don't have that kind of epicness in me.
See, I usually just wait for her, and then she'll tell me what's good and what's not.
Yeah.
Because that's friendship right there.
Yeah.
I'll see what happens.
That isn't including carryovers from spring.
No, that's not including.
So that's just including new spring titles. So I'll still be watching Denpa, I'll still be watching Kyokai no Rine, I'll still be watching Shikigeki no Soma, and
Everybody's watching that.
everybody's watching Shikigeki no Soma.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
talk
about
tentacle
frickin'
rape in the
time.
first episode. Let's talk about...
Oh
I
my
just
God.
started it,
Peanut
dude. We've done 4 podcasts and you talked about it every time. I started
Because
that
I
because
was
of you.
reading the manga before anybody cared.
Are you gonna be our hipster right now?
No.
I was reading it before it was cool.
No.
That was like Twilight.
I'm going to be one of the...
Get off!
I was reading it before it became mainstream, okay?
Yeah.
And
Okay,
now it just
hey,
freaking
the schools
sucks.
tortured
Right.
me into
Yeah.
reading that.
Right. Okay.
Really?
Keep
Yep.
saying.
That was a part of our
keep
curriculum.
saying you read
We had to
about
read
Oh,
a
you
guidebook.
are sorry.
We had to read a guy book and a girl book.
Oh my
the
God.
guy book was a book that no guy would have picked.
Oh god,
And
that's
then
terrible.
it was Twilight, and I'm just like,
So about the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yeah.
That was
Stop
announced at
jumping
E3.
into things!
okay,
That's what
seriously
he
though,
does.
seriously though, we're gonna switch over
Our
to
podcast.
Sorry.
we're gonna switch over to video games. E3 just happened.
We've had more than a week to kind of, you know, sit down and digest everything that kind of happened and all the, like, the leftover news that kind of came afterward. In my opinion, in terms of the big 3, the standings for E3 this year, I'd say that Sony came in first, Microsoft came in
Yep.
second, and Nintendo came in third. But that being said, in terms of games and hardware, Sony won for games and Xbox won for hardware.
All right, for this, like, winning thing, and I always want to kind of say this: the people who really won were people who love video games.
Exactly.
And people. Have
So
been
you're
like,
gonna be one of those people
I'm gonna
that
be the
said,
neutral
"Oh, it's-
jerk
it
sitting
was-
on the sidelines, going, "Guys, stop saying about who won," because let's face it, Sony won. Sony did.
Yeah.
And then
There's
halfway,
no doubt.
halfway during the week, people were screaming out of their butts that Microsoft won. I'm like,
No.
it didn't. Sony kicked everything's ass this week.
Pretty much, if you say that Microsoft won, you haven't seen Sony's E3.
Well, the reason why people might have been saying, though, that Xbox won is because, for them, it was, you know, what Microsoft revealed during their press conference were
They
things
waited
that
till the last moment.
were
to say
things
this.
that specifically pertained to Xbox or stuff that there was hardware related. The 3 big hardware things that Microsoft talked about was the new controllers, how you could literally pick them apart and like design them or whatever yourself. Second thing was backwards compatibility, which I mean, it should be only right that you're able to play, the games that you've already purchased.
And not have to pay for them.
And not have to repay for them. And then the other one was the HoloLens, which they showed with a demonstration of Minecraft, which, admittedly, that looked, really cool, but that was also, what we were seeing, like, from Microsoft point of view, and not exactly, if we were looking at the headset ourselves. So, that's one of the interesting things that's happening, though, is that both Microsoft and Sony are pursuing, the virtual headsets.
Yeah.
Yep.
So much virtual headset stuff that
It's funny, though, because, I mean, Nintendo had the huge failure of the Virtual Boy decades ago.
Yeah.
And now Nintendo isn't touching, for all we know, Nintendo isn't touching virtual headsets, but both Sony and Microsoft are.
Okay, I just want to kind of try this just for once. Let's kind of like drift from each company, and we'll just try to go over like each a little bit one by one, because then we can like stay on one thing. So I want to save Sony for last, because we all know we all want to talk about Sony.
Yes.
Let's save Sony for last. But Nintendo, for people who keep saying that Nintendo is screwed, I disagree.
Yeah.
I also disagree.
I agree with you guys. I think that they did okay. They're gonna do okay.
They're doing what they should be doing.
Yeah.
Is that they're maintaining
Their niche.
Which
I think the people that are complaining about it, well, there are two types of people complaining right now. You've got the people that are like, oh, we're hardcore gamers, and we're mad that Nintendo still isn't releasing hardcore stuff.
oh my god, you're gonna
like-
get your Call of Duty. Shut up about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was something that, was featured with Sony, is that you're going to get it on Sony first. But, I mean, the thing is, Nintendo has a niche, and they've always had a niche. And they're able to come back, to the characters that they have, make new main games for those characters, make side games for those characters that are still popular, some of them even exceeding the popularity of their main games. And they're, like, every time that something new is announced, focusing on those characters, Nintendo fanboys go crazy.
We always
But the
do.
one other group of people that's complaining right now is, I mean, the main people that are complaining are the people that are complaining about Metroid Federation Force.
Oh my goodness,
Yep.
guys. You guys were complaining about not getting a Metroid game. Nintendo gives you one.
But it's not the Metroid game that people want is the problem. And I can agree with them to a point, because I agree, we're not getting a new actual Metroid game, even though, Metroid has reached its own anniversary point at this point, and it was just completely surpassed. We're getting a mini game based Metroid game that, for all we know, Samus isn't even going to make an appearance in. And so I can understand the frustrations that people are going to have with it. If you don't like the game, though, then don't buy it.
Stop like thrashing the game, because honestly, thrashing of games have ruined certain video game franchises for less.
Yeah.
And they'll be relatively great games, and you'll trash it before it even comes out, and then
What are we supposed to do?
what are we supposed to do? It's not the game's fault, because the people who actually buy the games are great. I want to kind of I want to say it with this one that I personally have. It's called Gotcha Force from Capcom. That it's a great game. Enough said. It is Pokemon it's Pokemon Mega Man kind of combination where you go around collecting Gotcha Borgs. And I'm so surprised that these two know what I'm talking about. Because nobody ever plays
You
this game.
forget that we hang out at a game store.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a good thing that they do, because this is really going over my head.
but
so.
no, Gotcha Force is like Pokemon / Mega Man, where you go around collecting these robots / ninjas / samurai, and I already know your jaw is dropping just hearing about this, but the fact of the matter is people were trashing the game, and then it caused Capcom to barely promote it. All it got was like a couple of interviews in gaming magazines, most notably Game Informer, the thing I still have. But it caused the game to be forgotten about, but once it came out on the markets, the price never went down.
Yep.
It never went down. It was $30 up until the day I got it, which was like 4 years ago.
Yep.
It was still $40, and it is the reason I can't buy it on anywhere without paying $600 for it.
Yep.
But yeah, watch about what you say about a game before you've played it. Give it a shot before you do something.
But going back to Nintendo, it's another year where they're releasing new games for their main characters. You've got Super Mario Maker, which we brought up last episode because of how we were sitting on the edge of our seats watching the Nintendo World Championship, and how this video game was used to make these amazing stages. You've got the new Yoshi game, Yoshi's World, or Yoshi's Woolly World, which is absolutely adorable, and how they showed that the amiibos, the functionality with that is that you can give Yoshi a character skin based off the amiibo. Legend of Zelda is getting a Hyrule Warriors port for 3DS, and it's getting Triforce Warriors, which is bringing back, the kind of play style of Four Swords, but making it a cooperative thing instead of competitive.
Yeah, and the cool thing about this, especially for the mythology involved in Zelda, is that all 3 Links are possibly, I don't think this is confirmed yet, descendants of, or reincarnations of Din, Fear, and Neiryu of the Triforce. Because there have been fan art going around everywhere, and the colorizations. It's not just the green Link anymore. It's green-haired Link. It's red-haired Link.
And
it's blue-haired Link. They all look like they're representations of the Triforce, which also segues into the name. I know the name segues into it, but it's also, I'm gonna love it for the mythology going into the game at all. I know people were mad about Zelda Wii U not coming into place, but at the same point, I'd rather have it take a little bit longer
and be a great game.
Rather than a rushed game that could have had massive potential.
Yeah.
But that being said, the big one that Nintendo was focusing on this year was Star Fox.
Yep.
I mean, their whole,
Star Fox.
Their whole Nintendo Direct with the puppets, which was adorable, was focused around Star Fox. And I will say it was hilarious how when Reggie's puppet was doing push-ups, he was like, "My puppet body is ready." And I'm just like, oh my gosh.
It's funny because he certainly wasn't ready to play video games.
But
Nope.
I've got to say that the new Star Fox game, it looks really great. They brought voice acting back.
I have one criticism about it.
Okay.
The R-Wing designs they took a step backwards when you compare it to the R-Wing designs from Star Fox, I think it's Assault. Yeah, Star Fox Assault.
I agree.
But what about the functionality, though?
Functionality looks a lot better.
Yeah.
It looks a lot better.
Because that's what I was interested in.
It looks like it went back to straight up, non-stop dogfight / TIG stuff.
Well, and not to mention, they brought back the Walker design from one game that I don't even know if it came out in America or not. But
was it for the DS?
I don't know if it was, but all I know is that you've got the 3 different ship forms where you've got the R-Wing, you've got the Landmaster, and then you've got the Walker,
and you've got the Aquamaster.
Yeah,
or whatever. I forget what the name is called.
But it's it looks interesting. I'm glad that Star Fox is coming back. It shows that some of the series aren't as dead as people thought they were. That being said, after E3 happened, one of the stories that was going around was that how there could have been a new F-Zero game. But
that's always been a thing every year.
But the thing is, there were actual talks with the people who did, I think it was Need for Speed. But the thing is, the time frame wasn't right, and they couldn't do it, and...
Well, let's think about the F-Zero franchise in general. How many people played the first F-Zero? The
Not
first
me.
one for that. Nobody played that game.
Nope.
How many people played F-Zero X? Almost everybody. Then, how many people played F-Zero GX and F-Zero GP Legend? Nobody played GP 11 because the anime sucked.
Hold on, I played the first one. Thank you very much. I still have my first one, even with the steering wheel.
Congratulations, you are an
Okay.
outlier.
Hey.
You're an
Applauding
outlier.
you.
Okay, out of a room of 4 people of gamers, you're the only one who's played it.
I've
But
got the whole setup, got the
So
pedals
1 out of
and
4
the
people?
steering wheel.
but seriously, but then how many people played F-Zero GX? About I played it.
I played it.
I liked it.
I liked it.
But how many of the rest of the world played it? Not many. And
Yeah.
especially when they made the arcade game that you could take your memory card to and play
Oh,
that in store.
yeah.
That didn't even get brought over here. That was always something that you could do. I think they brought a few ported versions over here. They left. How many arcades do you have in the US anymore?
None.
Not
Almost
many.
none.
But
Let's be fair though, in terms of Nintendo, and in terms of, you know, games coming to America in general, we've always gotten a watered down kind of response in more ways than one when it comes to specialized things. Like, I mean, for example, you know, getting handhelds. We didn't always get the special editions like Japan got. I mean that's to be expected though,
I'm looking
because
at you, Kingdom Hearts.
yeah.
We didn't get our stuff until 2 years ago.
I
Yeah.
mean, in the PSP for Birth by Sleep, we didn't get the special one. If you got the bundle, you got a plain silver PSP. That was
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
But like in general, like, and the other one that Nintendo 3DS people complain about is that with the new Nintendo 3DS, people complained about how we didn't get the regular sized one. We only got XLs. Although there is a rumor that we might be getting the regular sized ones during the holiday season.
I'm really hoping that's true. I don't like carrying this huge, bulky thing.
I
in my
mean,
love the
pocket.
bulky.
Don't get
I
me
can't
wrong.
stand it.
Don't get me wrong.
I'm looking
I
at
love,
you guys stole my 3DS.
I love my Persona Q limited edition 3DS XL, but I like having the size of a regular 3DS, and I like that with the new ones that you have the interchangeable faceplates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I really wanted one, and that's why I'm hoping that eventually we get
A
them in
smaller
America.
one. But the thing with like the original 3DSs is that people were complaining with the games that were coming out, especially with the games that we were making, the screen was going to be too small. That's why they made a bigger one. Albeit,
But
I
the
don't
frame rate slowed down is the problem.
Yep.
Albeit, I've never had a problem with any game that I've had for the 3DS since I've had the original one. I've never really had a problem.
I've had a problem with one game, I think, out of all the games I own for my 3DS.
Is it Pokemon?
Nope.
Because
It
that was my
actually-
issue with the 3DS XL.
It was actually a Harvest Moon game.
Okay.
Was it the one that I'm playing right now?
No, it was
Okay.
Tale of Two Towns.
I have that one.
But, okay, I think we went over...
But
Was that everything, Nintendo?
no, they're getting a new Mario
Just don't
Tennis
play
too.
Cutting Mini
That I'm excited for.
Games.
Like, and that was a
Although-
complete shock to me. I was like, oh my gosh, we're getting a new Mario Tennis?
Well,
We haven't had one of those since GameCube.
I know, that's
Oh,
been
yeah.
I
ridiculous.
haven't played Mario Tower Tennis, but honestly, out of any Mario sports game, I've never had a bad time playing any of them.
I had a bad time playing
Not
golf.
even the Olympics.
Which golf did you play?
Mario 64 Golf.
Okay,
I enjoyed the
Toadstool
Game
Tour
Boy
is
Color
better.
one.
I enjoyed the Toadstool Tour, and I hate golf games, but that game is fun.
I
Game is
liked the Game Boy
ridiculously
Color
fun.
one.
I've never been
You
a
played
fan
the
of
Game Boy
golf.
Color Mario Tennis?
No, golf.
Oh, golf? Oh. Okay, but no, the Mario Tennis one, it's almost RPG one. It's
Yeah.
almost RPG one that I never got to have, but it's now on the eShop that I can't even touch because my 3DS got stolen. But
Ha! Sorry.
way to rub it
No
in.
sympathy. Wow.
But
But
Sympathy.
Fire Emblem.
I don't. Yes, Fire Emblem. They talk more about that and how we're getting the same, two versions of it in America, which is kind of sad that you have to buy them. It's kind of like a Pokemon dealio.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
But you
over it.
do get a discounted rate if you get both, so that's nice. We also got a longer trailer for Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem. So we got a better look at that, and I love the character designs in that trailer.
Also, I love how people have just been screaming out of their minds about that game. How it's literally gonna be a game for anime fans.
Yeah,
It pretty
Yeah.
much is.
It's a game for anime fans.
there's no doubt about it.
And then for Animal Crossing fans, you're getting there's a home design one, and
Amiibo
essentially, Amiibo Factory, which is just Mario Party but for Animal Crossing.
Yep.
So we'll see how well those sell because I mean, in all
Remember
honest-
Fortune Street? the Dragon Warrior thing.
Nobody does.
Nobody does. Although they're still selling it at my work.
Yeah. So,
14th Street.
although that being said, speaking of Dragon Quest, we can segue into Sony now, because
Do we have any Microsoft stuff, honestly?
I mean,
other than like Tomb Raider, I guess.
well, and that's also for PS4 though too.
Exactly,
But
yeah.
for those of you that love Halo, you're getting more Halo.
Oh,
That's
yes.
obvious.
Yay.
Gears fans, you're getting more Gears. They had Fallout 4
Fallout Steampunk.
Yeah, right.
footage for Microsoft.
Which you're getting 2 games.
I will say as well, Cuphead. I loved the animation style for Cuphead. It's just, again, it's one of those shames that I don't have a Microsoft just for, like the 3 games I would ever want to play.
Yeah.
But
That's my 360 right now.
But moving on though into Sony, and like I said, segueing, they're coming out with a new Dragon Quest game. They're coming out with Dragon Quest
one?
Heroes, yeah, with a
So,
male and female
including
protagonist.
Yep.
Okay.
No, that is Heroes. They're not. There's the last Dragon Quest game that they made before Heroes was Dragon Quest X, which
is
we never got a release in America.
Which is
That was the MMO
That was
one.
It's the MMO / offline one.
Yes.
Because they had one where it was the guy stuck in the present, and then it was a guy that was sent into either the past or into the past.
Yeah, we never got that one, and I'm still sad about it. But
this is gonna be cool to see, because this is Dragon Quest, I believe, second foray into an action RPG.
Which, I mean, that being said, when they did the Wii version, or the Wii game, where you were sword
Quest
fighting
Swords.
that, I wasn't a fan of it.
Nobody was.
Nobody was.
Which is why I'm saying it's such a unique one, that people are really amped for this new one, because it's better.
Second
Although it
chance.
is tower defense, so it's a tower defense style game where you're pretty
Really?
much defending a tower. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
It's
have to look
still-
into this more.
It's kind of like tower defense, and if you're not improvement, that's only a part of the combat. The rest of it's still action RPG, but it's still tower defense.
Right.
So that would be kind of cool, because I'm thinking about it's a mixture of Dynasty Warriors, and that way segueing into Hyrule Warriors too, and an action RPG. I'm looking forward to seeing that, because also this game is meant for a Dragon Quest fanboy, because it has segues and so many, not cameos but playables, I believe, of other characters from other Dragon Quest games.
Interesting. Yes, I remember that from the trailer, because I remember like seeing the ones from Dragon Quest 4, as well as I believe Jessica from 7. So, or no, it was 8. It was 8. Dragon Quest 8. Now I remember.
People loved that game.
Oh, Dragon
Yeah, that
Quest
was
8 was
fun.
the best. But I mean the Dragon Warrior games though, with the monsters, love those too.
I played.
But speaking of that, sorry.
I played the one Dragon Quest Warrior Monster ones I played was the dual versions that got released over here.
Two.
With the little girl, and the
It was Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior 2.
Dragon Warrior 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because it was
No, it's Dragon Quest
it
Monsters.
was the boy and his sister.
Yeah, the boy and the sister. I have the one with the sister in my room.
Yeah, it was under the title of Dragon Warrior, and not Dragon Quest, which I don't know why it was. It was Dragon Warrior Monsters, but I don't know why.
They were having troubles with the names when they were sending them over here.
Yeah.
That might have been why. But I love the original one, and I actually really enjoy the Joker ones too for DS. Like I loved bringing those back.
I
But
tried those.
in the style of Dragon Warrior, Square Enix, they're doing Final Fantasy World, which it looked kind of interesting from the trailer. How it's essentially, fighting with the monsters from the world of Final Fantasy. But the character designs are a little too cutesy for me.
Yes,
what the
it is
frick?
very,
because
very
the character
cutesy.
designs were initially like the Kingdom Hearts designs.
Yeah.
It was exactly
When they're
it.
like when the kids are in their like bigger forms and not their chibi
Itty-bitty.
forms.
I'm praying to God that is just for battle, because if it is, I'll be ecstatic. But if it's like that for like everything,
Well-
I don't know why they've
It's gonna bother
switched
me.
between the two.
Yeah, they mentioned that you're able to either stay as big and let the smaller animals ride on you, or you can be chibi and then ride on the larger animals. And I
chibi
did
meaning
see
small for
part
people who
of
don't
the.
know what that is.
And if you look at the trailer, they do have with the boy character having the animals ride on him, and the girl character being Chibi.
Yep.
With the large riding on the large
There's like
animal.
a robot thing. Yeah.
I was really kind of confused when I saw the trailer because I initially thought it was going to be another thing for Final Fantasy Explorers, because I don't know if people remember that for it, because Final Fantasy was really wanting to go into the action RPG style of it, and that was Final Fantasy Warriors, or not Warriors, Explorers. But we're not getting a West release for that, and that was last year.
Right.
And that's what I initially thought it was. It turned out to be this. It's a good foray because you're also getting characters from other Final Fantasy games in it, because you did see Cloud in the trailer.
That is true.
And that's going to segue into everybody's fame.
Whoop!
I'm about to say, I'm going to wake up Stephanie because she's falling asleep
Let's
over there.
be honest, the biggest video game announcement for
Oh my
E3
goodness.
was the fact
Final-
that Final Fantasy VII is getting an HD actual remake.
I actually cried when I heard that.
You know what's funny is the fact that they didn't even need to say it was Final Fantasy
know.
VII
I
for
You
everyone.
just
pointed that
looked
out
at
on
it for
my
like a
Facebook.
minute, segued into it. I'm like, is it? Is it?
They
Is
didn't-
it?
At the end of it, all they did was show a meteor, and then afterwards put remake. That's all they had to do for everyone to start freaking out.
I was
Well,
just like,
no.
yes!
As soon as you saw Barrett and Cloud, everybody was
Because I
like,
saw Barrett.
There were
I saw
absolutely
Barrett's arm
people
for
that
like a second.
didn't
I'm like, wait a minute, is
understand
it?
until after they said
Is it?
remake.
And then you just see Cloud walking away with his Buster Sword. You're just like,
So, one of these funny things happened. Our friend is a YouTuber,
Yep.
and he
Go
recorded
figure.
his reactions. And his reaction actually got on Comedy Central.
Because of how bad.
because of-
on what part of Comedy Central?
It was one of the Tonight shows.
Yeah.
Was it at midnight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
at Midnight Tonight. It was the second little video they showed of
It
the
was
reactions
so
of
good.
E3 for Final Fantasy VII. And, oh man, it was so funny.
But no, for Final Fantasy VII, the interesting thing surrounding this game is that all the speculation that's going into it now, because there are already talks of doing things a little bit differently. The gameplay is talked about being
That's going
different.
to be just completely changed. There's no way they're going to allow a turn-based game in this day and age.
I would be
Not
sad.
on a main console.
To be
type of-
honest, I would be sad if they got rid of the turn-based.
The thing is about
Because
that,
that's-
Jordan, you have to look over at the entire RPG landscape today.
Yep.
It's drastically different.
Yes,
Yes
it
and
is.
no.
It's
Because Fire Emblem is a good example, is that's still turn-based.
the thing about Fire Emblem though, Fire Emblem's always been popular in Japan. It's now recently becoming a thing with Fire Emblem Awakening,
Yep.
Yep.
and
It's
it's been a
still-
slow rise.
It's
been
still
a slow rise.
turn-based, though.
It's still turn-based,
Yes.
but it's been a massively slow
And the thing
rise.
is, even with Final Fantasy, the action has still been turn-based, especially if you look at, Final Fantasy 13.
There is
That
no
was
doubt,
still turn-based,
There's
technically.
no doubt that people still love turn-based games. However, based off of what we know from the past Final Fantasy games, the chances are that the turn-based games are going to continue on with this remake is basically non-existent.
But the thing is, you have to,
I wouldn't say non-existent.
it's not that it wouldn't be non-existent.
Because, I feel like they still need to have that contrast between, Final Fantasy 14 and any other installment that they
But
make.
you also have to look at the other games that they're doing, because let's look at Final Fantasy Type O. That wasn't turn-based, that was an action RPG. Final Fantasy 15 will be an action RPG. And then I had another one of my, and then we also have to look into the fact that it might be like Crisis Core was.
Yep.
About how that was an action RPG.
But I want to bring up, it's a good thing that you brought up 15, though. Because, if they're even releasing anywhere near close each other, like, I'm not saying
They're
they
not
will,
going to.
because
They
obviously Final
They
Fantasy
can't do
VII Remake's going to take a while to make. Are they going to make it so that the gameplay is exactly the same as Final Fantasy 15, where it's the action-based?
Well, the thing will be with this, if they do make it action-based, the thing with the action-based, they have to change how the story goes, because a lot of the story is influenced on what you do in battle.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of it is influenced. So will that be able to be triggered? And another thing that I want to jump on, especially before anybody else does, will they allow Eris to die still? And will you still go into this game expecting her to die?
There's that shock factor. It's gone now.
It's gone now. You're not going to be expecting it anymore. Or not expecting it. Well, also, it's been like a joke thing saying, will they release a DLC with an alternate retelling on where she lives?
Ooh.
That's been a lot of jokes. They haven't said that they were going to do that, but if they did do that, would they sacrifice somebody else? Like, let's say we kept Eris alive. Would they kill Tifa instead?
No.
Oh.
Because she's important to the plot.
But
She
it'd be an
is.
alternate retelling of the story.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
And also, they've also been talking about making Tifa's bust size smaller.
What?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Why?
Because-
What's the point?
Because women with large busts apparently don't exist naturally.
Hello.
You can't see it, but
Nobody can see you.
nobody can see you. And I don't want to be attacked by rabid people on the internet, so I'm not going to say anything.
Well, no, I mean, the thing is, it's one of
I want
those
the internet
things
people to love
where...
me.
I don't, but speaking of women, though, like getting away from Final Fantasy VII, I mean, let's be
Can
honest.
we talk about
it's-
Cloud in a dress first? Because I want to talk about that.
Yes,
You
it's
can,
gonna be
you
so
can
good.
briefly mention how
Okay.
Cloud still
I am
cross-dresses.
so excited to see him and dress in HD. That's all.
Yeah,
I can't wait for
Okay.
that.
it's gonna
Because
be great.
the creators actually said, be excited for it.
Because
Yeah.
I'm
That being said,
I'm happy.
I find it interesting that Sony is, keeping interest in female-led games, because obviously we're getting a new Tomb Raider, but there was also that new exclusive game for PlayStation, which featured that,
Horizon.
yes, the warrior woman who was hunting down robotic creatures.
I'm really excited for that game. It looks so good.
It's
looked
got
beautiful.
a great.
For those of
Great
you who
overview.
haven't seen the trailer, go and watch it. It is amazing.
I didn't honestly think that would be a game I would try, but after watching that trailer and then watching the gameplay and watching what's transpiring in it, just makes me want to
Well,
try.
I thought it was very interesting because I mean, when it started out, you were like, "Oh, is this like some kind of prehistoric or or early time video game with these hunters, and then or is it like another world?" And you're like, "Oh,
They're talking about
We're gone.
this they're living on Earth or whatever. Something happened to the population of Earth, and everything that we knew kind of got taken over by like wildlife and vegetation. But at the same time, you have robot creatures.
Which somehow gained their own lives and
gained
then
sentience and then started walking around. And if it's, I wouldn't just say mechanical; it's biomechanical.
and
it is.
yes,
It really is.
and then you have people again that are now hunting these
In tribes.
biomechanical things. And I thought it was interesting, like as you're watching the gameplay trailer, how she's using a bow and arrow, or bow and arrows, I should say, but she's switching between the different bows and arrows that she has. Like at one point, she fires off like these arrows that have like wire attached to them that she
Yep.
plants into the ground to like trap the.
oh, the grappling.
Yes. Absolutely brilliant. I'm, excited to have another female-led game. Assassin's Creed also was having another, at least
With
a
Syndicate-
story thing.
Syndicate- this-
With Syndicate, you can play as a
Evie.
female assassin.
Yep. Another thing with the Horizon, though, is that you apparently in the trailer she shot off a part of the boss and was able to actually use that part of him and
Yes.
attack him with it.
Yes, I remember that.
That was ingenious to
And
me.
one of the things I really liked about this storyline is that it doesn't really get like transferred into a lot of post-apocalyptic games. She's scared out of her mind
She
to
is.
do this. She is scared out of her mind to attack this thing.
Was
to take
she?
it down?
Like, she was ready to take it down.
She was ready to take it
But
down.
the thing was, when she was there was like a scouter creature, and she was like, don't want to be seen, like an actual hunter. Like, she
doesn't
was,
wanna-
because she was stalking her prey and didn't want to be caught, and then all of a sudden, oh, hey, there's this giant monster because I attacked the little ones.
I also love the fact that because of how used she is to having these creatures around, she actually treats them as if they were just plain bio, not as if they were part machine. She apologizes for killing one of the hunters.
Yep.
And then I want to kind of segue into No Man's Sky, which looks amazing because they're talking about this thing as if it's going to be an endless universe. It's a massive MMO, and they say nobody's going to be able to visit everything. It's literally you can go from being in space combat, out in space, out into the universe, with billions and billions and billions of planets, separate worlds that are completely different, with their own ecosystems, their own wildlife and everything like that. And you can start from in space, dead in space, from a different solar system, jump halfway across the universe and warp, go to a new one, and then still be in space while doing this, land an entire landmass on another planet, and go to that specific spot and travel across this entire planet.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an entire planet. It's not just a specific part that's keeping you from something. It's an entire planet. And it's got massive amounts of wildlife. And this is going to be an MMO-style game. I'm really ecstatic for this.
I will say, along with, expansive possibilities in that, PlayStation's exclusive Dreams, which they showcased how that you literally can create anything and everything that your imagination has.
Yep.
And then you can create these videos that you can even upload to YouTube later, and not to mention having these dream bubbles that people can visit online, check out all these different things that people have made. It just looked beautiful.
But that's been the thing for PS4 is the sharing option.
Yes.
I haven't even used mine yet.
I don't have a PS4.
Your brother does.
My brother does. He plays The Witcher.
Witcher is fun. I play that on Xbox One.
He streams it.
Have you guys seen the one where The Witcher is played on PS2 graphics?
That's beautiful.
And about how horrible apparently it is.
It's so bad.
Do I need to get it? Because I think I need to get it now.
No, it's not. I think it's run on a PC.
And I think, another thing that PC did, though, or not PC. PC Master Race. No. What PS4 did is that a lot of the games that they showed, where even if they weren't exclusive to PS4, they were like, hey, guess what? You get to play it here first. Or, hey, you get to do stuff here first.
That is exactly what they did with the Final Fantasy VII Remake.
That's what they said for
PS4.
that. For all the Call of Duty fanboys, they get to play it on PS4 as well as any DLC on PS4 first.
What else? Into the first-person shooters. New Battlefront news, which I'm ecstatic for. They mentioned a new style of gameplay, which is the wave after wave style of gameplay, which is not like Nazi Zombie because you actually get to live. You actually get to live in this. And then they also showed an entire gameplay match. I just swatted a mosquito, that's why I clapped. But an entire gameplay match down to every last style of gameplay, from the X-Wings flying and the TIE Fighters flying, into the speeders flying, into the mech walkers walking around the thing, and then also the ground-based combat. All of it from that's the thing in one battle on the Battle of Hoth. Which also they somewhat went into the hero-style gameplay with Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. By the way, I'm gonna call out EA Sports on this crap. Why is Luke Skywalker wearing his Return of the Jedi stuff on Hoth? Why in God's name is he wearing his Return of the Jedi attire in Hoth when that hasn't even happened yet?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Especially if he's got his robotic hand on.
Oh, that's beautiful.
He hasn't even been cut off yet.
Oh,
that's beautiful.
But also, one of the things I do like about this is that I think they're going to go the Renegade Squadron where you can create your own character. Because they have Rhodians, they have humans, and I think they have Bothan spies as well. And you can create your own human and create your own class instead of just saying, oh, well, here's this class, and here's this class, here's the sniper, here's the heavy assault guy with the grenade launcher, here's the normal patrol guy. No, I'm hoping that we can get something like that, because everybody gets jetpacks, which is going to be utilized a lot. So I'm ecstatic for that.
Alright, should we end it with the obvious title that everyone is expecting us to talk about?
No, we have two. We didn't talk about Tomb Raider completely, did we?
Do we need to?
We just mentioned it.
Yeah, we mentioned it.
I mean,
we're good.
Because we mentioned it. I mean, hey, guess what? You get to climb a snowy mountain. I mean,
Yay!
that is the footage that they showed again and again.
Yeah.
Then they show it in the
I
end.
want to do
for
Uncharted.
seeing it, but that's it.
Yes, there was at the end of the Sony press conference, they had the Uncharted 4 gameplay.
I have never been intrigued on Uncharted before. That made me intrigued.
I agree. I've never actually played an Uncharted game.
Because it wasn't just Uncharted 4. They also announced the Uncharted 4... not the Uncharted 4. The Uncharted collection of HD remastered stuff for the PS4.
Correct. I've never been into Uncharted myself. My brother Riley has, though. I will say I love the witty banter. That is the one thing that I love. But
it was amazing.
I thought it was hilarious how people were like, as soon as we got into a franchise this far, like, where's the kart racing game? And then it's just like, hey, guess what the gameplay trailer is? They're driving a Jeep down a city side.
It's ridiculous how big this landscape is.
It looks really good. That's all there is to it.
Really good. Especially when the tank is like chasing them around. They're like,
yes.
Yeah, hey, we got away. Boom, it's still there. You gotta be kidding me.
And then they get to an end of the road and it says like construction and it's like, no, really?
And grappling hook.
Okay,
but no, I'm excited.
It's all terrain, go around.
I'm gonna be pre-ordering Uncharted, just the Uncharted collection, just to try the original games. And then hopefully if I can get through all of them, I can try Uncharted 4.
Speaking of pre-orders, I guess one other game I would like to talk about very briefly. South Park is coming out with another game.
Yep.
Fractured Butthole.
That's an actual name, people.
Yes, and it looks like this time around they're focusing on their superhero personas instead of the Game of Thrones fantasy characters.
Lord of the Rings, too. Because it was Game of Thrones / Lord of the Rings.
No.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say
similar.
no, but the reason why I'm saying no is because their outfits were specifically used for their Game of Thrones trilogy parody episodes for Black Friday. But I'm very excited to see that they're coming out with another game. Now can we talk about the last game?
Yes, we can.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
What a damn trailer! What a damn trailer, only to give us no release date again.
No, but the thing is, they did say that in the fall, they will have more information for us, and I'm guessing with that they're going to give us a release date.
But
they have said that about most of their games. So I'm excited for in the fall when we do finally get this information.
Yeah, that's true.
Because a lot of the Square Enix games that I've been wanting still have not gotten a release date. So
Exactly.
Final Fantasy 15 didn't get a release date.
No.
We didn't get anything, honestly, for it, I don't believe.
I don't believe so either. I don't recall ever seeing any.
Also, as a thing for the MMO fans, Final Fantasy 14's Heaven's Sword dropped 5 days ago.
Woo!
So that's a thing. But Kingdom Hearts 3, now let the speculation begin, because you now saw Ericus and Xehanort in their teenage timelines talking about Keyblades.
In the Keyblade War. And here's the really cool fan theory, though, is that if they're playing chess, but if you look, all the chess pieces have like special like figureheads on them, and somebody thought, oh hey, these chess pieces represent the characters of the 13 darknesses and the 7 lights facing off, and that was really interesting to see. But we also got a few confirmations from watching this video. The first confirmation was obviously, the teens, because that was something that was played up in the past couple games, as well as like the secret footage at the end of the games. The second thing that we got confirmed was a few of the worlds. Is that we get Tangled is going to be the new world, which they had before they even showed the trailer. They had a little talk with the guys with Disney, talking about how Tangled is involved.
They wanted it so bad after the movie came out. They wanted that as a world, because they keep seeing Rapunzel actually fighting with her hair.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting to see if the movie plot actually translates to this game.
She uses her hair for a lot of things, so I think that this is going to be a very good transaction.
Will there be a frying pan?
I really hope so.
It would probably be like part of like their final attack, let's be honest.
Olympus is another one.
Yes, because we saw the Titan fight that we saw in the first teaser trailer.
And it's an actual world this time, and not just the freaking Coliseum, which I'm honestly really, really excited to see, because now we get to see ancient Greece in that kind of fullness, rather than just saying, okay, boom, boom, that's it.
Which the worlds in general that they showed off were just huge
They
and
have expanded
beautiful.
so much.
So much.
And the other one was it Twilight Town? I believe it was the first town that you
It's-
visit in the second Kingdom
yeah.
Hearts game.
Yeah.
That was where he was having
Well, they made Twilight Town bigger in Dream Drop Distance. But
right.
Yeah.
But and then another confirmation too, he gets a new outfit.
New outfit.
But the
and-
thing is, when we were watching the gameplay trailer, it wasn't, consistent all the way through.
Yeah.
Like, they would have his old outfit, then the new one, then back to the old one, and back to the new one.
Which does suggest that you will be able to change his outfit.
Also,
I have a
one thing
theory behind that, but I'll let Darian talk first.
I want to kind of touch base, because one of the things they did talk about is that there's still, it hasn't been translated into the gameplay yet, apparently. They don't know, but they're really, really considering bringing back drive forms.
Ooh.
They're considering bringing it back, although the gauge wasn't there.
Which is what I wanted to bring up because of a theory that I had. Because one of the other main things that they showed off in that trailer was some of his new, summon similar attacks. Where they showed off the ones that they had last time, where they had Big Thunder Mountain, the pirate ship, but they also had the guns that he was using, the teacup ride, and they also had
The swinging
the
thing.
Pegasus.
Yeah, the Pegasus.
And
And they had
The thing that my theory is that he only uses that new outfit when
he's
they're
using a
in
new form.
when he's in that new form.
Well, the
Like-
thing with that is that you also have to consider, this is something I just kind of realized yesterday, he won't have access to drive after he gets in that new outfit, because you have to remember, for Valor, he has a special ability called Sync Blade, which means 2 Keyblades.
Mm-hmm.
The reason he has 2 Keyblades is because one of them is Ventus's. So, getting rid of that, you have to remember, Ventus is a light. He's one of the lights. And him waking up Ventus means goodbye to that Keyblade.
Yep.
So he won't have access to twin Keyblades anymore because of that, because after Roxas wakes up, or not Roxas, Ventus, I'm sorry, but after Ventus wakes up, boom, that's a part of Sora's gone, and he's not going to be able to wield 2 Keyblades anymore. I'm going to miss that! Because that was always something unique that you could see him do, but I could see how it would have to change because of that. Because you won't have access to that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All in all, there's still a lot of speculation. We don't know everything yet,
Yeah.
but we got another taste of it, and literally
Yeah.
everybody
And-
just
and
freaked out
FYI,
about it.
We're not done. We didn't go over PC gaming, and that's something Stephanie wanted to do.
I wanted just to cover Overwatch fast from Blizzard because
Okay,
everyone's
that's
excited
fair.
about Overwatch.
I'm excited.
Okay, so at BlizzCon last year, I actually got to play Overwatch, and I have to tell you, I hate first-person shooters, I can't play first-person anything, but I get extremely nauseous. But with Overwatch, the games last literally 3 to 5 minutes. They are so action-packed. People are comparing it to Team Fortress 2, apparently.
That would be
because-
accurate.
There's a whole bunch of different, I can't say specs, but a whole bunch of different abilities that everyone does. Like, there's a healer that
Right,
just
there's
goes around
different
healing
characters
people. There's
for different
there's a
things.
guy that just builds turrets that just bombard the enemy with bullets, and there's a samurai in
So
it.
the engineer.
There's
the engineer, there's the samurai.
There's the bowman.
There's the bowman. There's just so much going on. Beta starts in the fall, so there is no release date yet, but it's closed beta. And so it's an invite only, so to speak. You can sign up for it right now on their website. And Heroes just went live 2 days ago on the 26th. And for all you MOBA fans, like the ones that play Smite, I know Darian plays Smite, League of Legends, Dawn Gate, which I think is done. I don't think Dawn Gate's a thing anymore.
Infinite Crisis.
Infinite Crisis, Dota, because obviously...
How can we forget about Dota,
How
honestly?
can we not say Dota about this thing? Because Blizzard has set the bar for MOBAs, because they originally created the first MOBA with Dota, and they completely reworked it. For people that do like MOBAs, I really suggest you trying it out, because it's a free-to-play game. and it's a mashup between all of the iconic Blizzard characters that even go back to the Lost Vikings on the Nintendo, on the NES. And there's a whole bunch of unique ones, like the Elite Torn Chieftain, which is their band. He's in there. And it's a really, really fun game. There's, I think, 7 maps out right now. They're making more as we speak. They're coming out with more Diablo-themed characters, like Skeleton King's a character, Butcher's a character, and they're making a Heaven-Hell map, which looks pretty cool. And you guys should check it out, and I stream it on my Twitch channel. If you look up
Promote
Sir
that again.
Schmoop on Twitch, I just started out. I'm actually hitting my first year soon.
Woo!
I'll be doing a 24-hour live stream horror night on July 12th to the 13th. And I hope to see people there. I do giveaways, not region locks, so even if you live in the Philippines, I will in fact mail it to your doorstep.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god! Woo! And it's amazing. And it's every 50 follows or every $50 donated, or 100. I forgot. I just added that. Come check me out. I love people.
We chat all the time.
Yeah. Come chat and hang out. As long as you have an account, you can chat, because that's how Twitch works.
Yep.
I was thinking about starting to stream stuff myself. I just haven't figured out what I want to do yet.
Yeah, streaming's fun.
Yeah, I should probably
okay.
maybe
You want to do that
do
together?
something.
Or you just wanna do it on
Maybe.
your own?
I figured I'd do that eventually, just not right now.
We're thinking about twitching. We'll get back to you.
Hi,
Yeah.
Twitch! Follow me!
Follow Stephanie.
I just
Okay.
watch her. It's fun.
Okay, so that being said, we're coming to the end of the episode.
One last thing for me.
Okay.
Midwest this week. I will be there. I will be performing 2 panels, one on Friday, one on Sunday. I will apologize on Sunday if I haven't gotten any sleep. I'm staying with a friend's cousin. And reportedly, he's having a party that should be crazy the day of on Saturday, so I might not have gotten any sleep. Or I might not be feeling up to sleeping because I will be sleeping on the floor. But I'm not a good floor sleeper. But I will be there. I will be doing Marvel Comics 101 on Friday. And then my first time with 4 other people, Digiport Open, which will be an open discussion on Digimon. All things Digimon. It won't be like an overview one like you're used to seeing at these conventions. No, we're going to go in depth in some of the mythology, into some of the seasons, some of the ideologies behind it. We're going to be talking about all of that. I can actually explain Digivolution down to the last little bare bit because I'm so awesome into this. But, yeah, come see me if you're at Midwest this week.
Yeah, right?
Yep. I will be in Florida, as you guys know, for the next 9 days. So I'm going to upload this before I leave. I'm literally going to upload it tonight. I'm not going to get any sleep tonight until I'm on the plane, to be completely honest, because I don't want to sleep.
Sleep is for the weak.
Woo!
Sleep when you're dead. And even when you're dead, party hard. But otherwise...
Let's thank our guests.
What?
Let's thank our guests.
Yeah, thank you to our guests.
Brittany and Stephanie.
Brittany and Stephanie for coming in this week.
Thank
I
you
would
for-
love to come again to discuss more
we'd
animes
love-
after
we'd
they
love
come
to have
out.
you again.
Well, we'll see when like the halfway point
Yeah.
of the summer season is.
And get, like,
'Cause that
little
way-
reviews.
Yeah, that way we have like, you know,
Or-
because we did it the last time for spring. We did halfway point talking about, you know, what we were interested and stuff like that.
I could do the 3-episode point, because I'll be watching every single show, and I will write a summary for you guys on every single show.
She
and
does
tell
this
you whether or
anyway.
not- I do it anyway.
Well, we'll keep it at the halfway point just so like people have that time to
So
keep
they have
it up.
time to look at it and go, and then you'll have seen everything, so you'll be able to go, okay, yeah, there was this with this, this with this.
Yeah.
And
And
then
that
you'll
was
be
for-
able to tell which ones you dropped and why.
And
Yeah.
that way,
Yeah.
like, for them, you'll have gotten to the 3-point episodes, and then, like, if you get past that and it's still good or not, then...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll have plenty of stuff to talk about when we come back in 2 weeks. So, once again, I'm Jordan,
I'm Darian.
I'm Schmoop.
I'm Brittany.
and
This has
thank
been
you.
the Dork List.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in.
It's been Cookie, baby.
It's
Cookie.
been so
I don't
cookie.
understand what cookie is.
I don't
means-
either.
It's our we're trying to make
Watch
it
episode 2 or 3. It's 3.
I didn't even
Watch
know
episode
this existed
3.
until today.
I didn't tell her until today. Leave her alone.
Okay.
Did you just end it or no?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Pretty
Bye.
much what Cookie means is that it's cool for people who are first-time listeners. Cookie means cool.
Okay.
We're making it into a
so
thing.
we're not like a cookie cutter kind of a thing?
No,
No.
watch
God, no.
episode 3. And with that, so long, everybody.
Bye.